My name is Paramjit Sembhi and I'm a product designer for Airfix. Done a few kits when I was a kid and then got off it, and in 2010 I went on a holiday to California, and one of the trips there was San Diego, and we went on the Aircraft Carrier Museum USS Midway, and ever since then I just thought, oh, when I came back I wanted to build a model ship kit, and yeah, built the 1-350 USS Nimitz, and ever since then I've just been building kits. I mean, I didn't have no spray booth, no airbrush. I was trying to think I was using PVA glue at the beginning until I bought some actual proper glue. And yeah, I think I was using like a nail file to sand down the parts. But yeah, that was about a £150 kit. So yeah, not cheap, and then didn't do the best job, but yeah. Yeah, I do quite a few big kits. I think when I left in my internship, when I finished my internship, my boss got me a 1-350 HMS Illustrious, the Airfix one. And then I bought a photo etch set for that and then built that up within about a month or two, which is pretty good. I mean, I think when I was doing my internship, that was probably the prime, when I was in my prime in modelling, when I was probably knocking out a 148th aircraft kit every month, which was pretty cool. Yeah, this is the Airfix Dooley Bird, which is quite a famous scheme. I think I've done 4 of them in one go, 4 Airfix kits in one go, and done a total of 6. Yeah, it came out pretty good. I remember because I was working with one of the designers and I saw it and I was like, oh, I fell in love with the schemes. I think generally the P51, it has the best colour schemes of any aircraft, even modern times. So, and there's like loads of aftermarket ones. So. But this one was quite a famous one, and then ended up doing that and done the ones behind me as well. So that was pretty cool. I think I finished it about a month ago. So it was a bit weird doing 4 of them in one go, but I was like, oh, since some of them are the same colours and everything like that. Once I got the cockpit and everything together, I've done that 4 times. Then got the fuselage halves together and then just cracked on from there. But yeah, I think because I saw all the colour schemes and I was like, oh, it would look quite nice having a nice fleet of them. So that looked pretty cool, and I quite liked that. And it was the first time I'd done a metal finish on an aircraft, because that's one thing that I never done. And yeah, tried it out on this one and the 2 behind me, and figured out, oh, it's actually quite difficult. I mean, it shows your imperfections. I mean, like sometimes I can hide it in my other kits, but yeah, this one it does. Like, so the rough texture on some of the wings and stuff like that, I can see it, but people probably won't notice it. But it's just one of those things, because I built it, I know it's there. Yeah. About a month, 4 or 4. Yeah, because I've done it all in one go. So then everything, all the primer and everything was more or less the same, except for the metal ones. They were all gloss black. So gloss black those, and then put the metal finish on top of it. And it was all the same paints I used. So that's what made it a bit more simpler. Actually, to be honest, it was quite a weird one. The toughest thing on this whole build was doing those stripes on that nose cone. I don't know why, because it was curved. It took me for it, I think I've done about 6 different attempts trying to get it right. And the final one I managed to get it right, but it was just because because I used a flexible tape trying to bend that around and get that on there. But yeah, it was a really weird thing considering all the other complex parts of this kit and the new stuff about it. It was actually the nose cone getting those 3 stripes on there, which was actually the hardest part of the whole kit, I think. Which is a bit weird, but yeah. I'm working on the second one now, so I've done 2. So done 1, finished that one. I think I've done that in a month, because I started it just before December and finished it in January when we came back, because I had some holidays, so I was doing that more or less day in, day out. So that was pretty cool. Yeah, done 1 wing open, 1 wing folded, because no one had done one wing folded, well, any wing folded, but I wanted to do 1 wing out, so I've done half and half. And then now currently I'm doing a second one, which is pretty good, because now I've learned the knowledge of that and applying it to this one. So I haven't had any new stuff that come up, just stuff that I kind of knew. So it's coming out pretty good. I think yesterday I just put the engine to the aircraft, and now I just need to put the cowling on, and then maybe put a primer on it soon, maybe at the end of this week. It's not for everyone just because of the scale and subject, but I think subject isn't that big of a deal, it's mainly the scale. It's mainly for the people who really want it and who have the space for it, basically. But because since we've got it here, I was like, oh, I'll build that. And I'm actually tempted to build a third one as well, but I think I'll wait for a bit. But I am quite tempted to do a third one. I think that engine has more parts in it than this entire kit. And you have to do that bit in stages, so you got to take like a breath or do in increments. But the finished result is something amazing, and I haven't never done before, which I was quite happy with. I mean, like just having that little engine on its own is like a little kit in itself, and it's pretty amazing. And I've never done doing anything scratch building with the wires, so that's pretty cool. Even though the instructions guide you on how to do it, but I've never done stuff like that. Yeah, a bit. I mean, there's some things where I was thinking there are some things I would have done differently in terms of like locations and clearance tolerances and stuff like that. But I think more or less I wouldn't be able to have done that any better. Just me personally, at my level, I wouldn't have never. It would take a long time to get to that sort of level. But yeah, it's a really cracking kit, I have to say. Ooh. I actually want to do, I know there's some Mustangs coming out soon, some new ones, so I want to do those ones as well. The B17, Chris also designed that one. But yeah, the reason I've done the P51s is because I wanted to do the metal finish on that and test it out on this. And then I know the B17 has a completely nice metal finish, but the Airfix one, it has a nice red colour scheme. I think it has red wingtips, and that's something that looks pretty cool. So yeah. To be honest, it was only after a while then I realised, oh, it's actually quite relaxing. People might not think it because you get quite stressed out putting it together, but it's actually like one of those things where you can have like a pretty, not the best day at work or not the best day in life, but then when you're on the modelling bench and you get on with your work, while you're building the model kit, you just focus on that, which is quite nice, and it's nice and relaxing. So yeah, I would actually say it's quite therapeutic doing stuff like that. Whether I know some people do the decaling stage and find that quite therapeutic, but yeah, it's just generally the whole hobby for me is quite relaxing. All the kits I've got are at home in display cabinets or on the shelf or something like that, and it's one of those things where you couldn't really prize it away from me. But doing some stuff for Airfix now, like that Hellcat, and taking it to shows, I think that takes it to another level. And I know that the first Hellcat build is on the packaging for the Hellcat box, which I thought was pretty cool, and I was quite proud of that. I mean, we've never done something like that, and I think Jim's model's on there as well, but then to have my model on there as well was quite a nice moment. To be honest, I wouldn't say there's any part I don't like. I wouldn't say that. I mean, like, there are times when it's hard to focus on it, I mean, to get the time to do it, but you just kind of make time on it. But I wouldn't say there's not much I don't like about it. There's not, probably one thing I actually do is probably gloss coat, actually. Putting on a gloss coat, because then sometimes that's where I don't know why, but normally I used to have trouble doing a gloss coat back in the days, but now I've sort of perfected it or gone a bit better, and that seems to be alright now. It will be quite nice because it will be the stuff that I've designed that will be out next year. So that would be quite nice, and I really want to get other people's feedback as a modeler on how it is, because I've tried to think, because it's the first time where someone is the actual modeler designing it, so I've tried to put a different spin on things and thought of it in a different way. So, but it only depends if other people think it's actually a good product to put together. So yeah, I am quite looking forward to that, and hopefully I'm quite confident on a few of them.